Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special Black Friday edition of Comic Art Fans Update number 20. Obviously, we should have had this yesterday, but it was Thanksgiving, and for the first time in a long time, I took the day off. I did not work 1 minute on Comic Art Fans yesterday, which was refreshing. And I did get to see my mom and my brother and my nephew and his wife, and we had a very good time with my family, and it was nice. So I hope everybody else had a decent Thanksgiving as well. And, here we are today on CAF Update number 20. Now, I have to, kind of tell you one thing. My son and I had this long running bet that who would be able to get to 1,000 subscribers over on YouTube first. And, me being the guy with a website with 20,000 followers on Facebook and, 20,000 active engaged users on CAF. I figured, this is easy. No way is he going to beat me. He's a nobody Pokemon player, and he's not a nobody Pokemon player. I shouldn't say that about my son. He's pretty popular. He's always ranked in the top 4 in the U.S. for like the last 5 or 6 years, but he had no real social presence other than doing stuff on Twitch. Well, he creamed me. He is well over 1,000 now, and we're only around 620. So I think I have to have like a secondary bet with him now to try to get to 2,000 before he gets to 2,000. I don't know if that's going to be possible or not, but if it were possible, if you're watching on YouTube, click that subscribe button that's over there. And if you're watching on Facebook, head on over to YouTube and just subscribe anyway. You don't even have to watch it, but at least I'll have like a leg up to maybe beat that kid. And he isn't a kid, he's 22. So he's a lot more savvy on the social side of things, which is why he has buried me. And, I'm not going to tell you what I owe him, but I owe him big. So with that out of the way, few things. I haven't set the Comic Art Live May show weekend yet. Still debating a few things. I checked the Heritage schedule. They don't have a signature auction until middle of June. And the weekend that I was planning on doing it, which was the weekend before Memorial Day weekend, is actually the Lake Como has that weekend right now. So I don't want to step on my good buddy Steve Morgan's shoes. So I'm hesitant to want to try to do it that week. And I don't want to move it further a week. It might mean I end up doing the first weekend in June. So we're still kicking it around, and hopefully by this time next week we'll have the date ironed out for the next Comic Art Live. So we'll see. And I did send out an email yesterday that I wrote on Wednesday, and it had 2 PSAs in it that I'm going to remind everybody about right now because they still do keep coming up, and we're making some headway on one of them. The first one is that some people are seeing. Thank you, Tatiana. I am glad as well that I got a day off. And yeah, you'll get one at Christmas after you go through all your holiday sales and everything at tdartgallery.com. And thank you, Larry, as well for the Thanksgiving wishes. I hope you had a good one as well. So the PSAs being number one, that people have pointed out that some dealer images are showing up as broken on CAF, and they're really not. The thing is, they're not broken. It's primarily Google Chrome users, and it actually doesn't affect me. I don't know why, but it's kind of sporadic based on what updated version of Chrome you've got. That CAF is running through HTTPS. It's secure. Well, if I show an image from another dealer because it's on their site, and their site isn't running HTTPS, or at the very least their images aren't HTTPS, what happens is for some Chrome users, when they're on CAF, the images show up as broken because Chrome is trying to do you a favor. It's not going to show you something insecure on a secure website. And clearly there's no security issue there whatsoever, but it's Chrome trying to do you a favor, and so images are getting broken. What we're doing, at least as an initial kind of pass on all this, is that everybody I host, we are going to switch all their images over to HTTPS, and that will fix the problems on CAF so that you'll be able to see the images on those sites. On the sites that I crawl, that I don't host, and for instance, Tri-State would be one of those sites. They don't run their site under any kind of security. So some people will still see Tri-State images broken when they browse the dealer for sale section. Unfortunately, there's just nothing I can do about it. Well, I can tell you what to do about it. There's a little not secure message in your URL bar at the top. If you click on that, you can actually say, I trust Comic Art Fans to show me non-secure images, and it's okay, and then they'll work. So that's your one workaround on it. But I can tell you that at least for the people we host, we should have everything wrapped up as far as having their images be secure by Monday, if not sooner. Maureen's been, I gave her a list of about 25 people to work through, and I know that she got started on it this afternoon. So definitely by Sunday evening, we should be done with it, and you won't be seeing that problem anymore. And some of the more recent sites we've worked on, their images were secure. It's unfortunately the people who I worked on a long time ago whose images are not. And the other one, this one's kind of more alarming because it's misleading to people in that if you use Chrome is great, right? It saves all your passwords, so it knows everything, every password you've ever saved on any site. And what happens is because of that, Google also maintains a list of compromised usernames and passwords in the, as a big central database. And so what they'll do is when you're in Chrome, they'll actually tell you if a username password combination you're using on a site, whether it's CAF, whether it's Amazon, wherever you're using it, if it's in the compromised list, they're going to tell you, hey, you might want to change your password on Comic Card Fans because your username and password is compromised. So you read that, and it's freaking people out. They're thinking, oh my God, Comic Card Fans was hacked. Well, no, this is because like when you signed up for some, Walmart coupon deal from Groupon.com or whatever, that database was hacked. It has that username and password in it. And so now when you come to CAF and try to log in with the same one, Google's saying, hey, you better change your login here on CAF because it is a compromised username and password. And I've always told people, don't use your regular username and password on CAF. I don't want to be the caretaker of your most common login, but trust me, I get about an email a week with somebody saying, hey, you've been compromised during this great list of other sites. And I always have to tell them it's not us. It's unfortunate because, trust me, when I look, I use Chrome exclusively, and in my list, I think I've got 30 sites that say I should change my logon on, and they're sites I don't even use anymore. But Chrome saved them, and so they're super old passwords that I might have created. When I named a password after my cat from 20 years ago, those still show up in that list. But that's what it is. It's not CAF. We've never been hacked, and fingers crossed. I'm knocking on wood. There we go. But that's what it is. So don't panic when you see it. But that's what it means. So certainly, if your bank shows up as a site that you have a password on that is in that list, by all means change it. But fortunately, on CAF, we don't really store any information about you that could ever be harmed by someone knowing it. And who in the hell would want to log into your CAF account in the first place? These things are more concerned with things where you have financial activity going on that you'd want to change those things on, because the hacker's never going to come to our site to compromise your account. So just keep that in mind. But literally, I had 2 requests last week by people who really don't use CAF to delete their accounts, and I emailed them back. I'm like, hey, was there a problem on the site? Somebody harassed you? Or they're like, no, your site's been compromised. And so yeah, I get it. Trust me, the first time I read it, I was like, holy crap, what did I do? How come nobody, why didn't Google tell me that my site was compromised? And then I got it. So anyway, so that's that. Other than that, at the end of the show today, I actually got a pack. Somebody saw one of the shows we did a few weeks ago, and they texted me saying, hey, give me your mailing address. I want to send you something. I think you'd appreciate it. And so I got it. I've had it for a week. I've been so busy, I haven't been able to open it. So at the end of the show today, I'm going to open it. I don't know what it could be. It could be a comic book. Who knows? Somebody said they saw it, they thought of me, and they sent it to me. So I thought that was really nice. A longtime CAF member who I will not name sent me this gift. So at the end of the show, I will open that up. But for now, I just want to kind of get into our usual weekly reporting like we always do. And this period is going to cover November 16th through the 22nd. So last week. And just going to hit on some of the sales for dealers first, which is, Michael, looking forward. Yeah, I am too. Hopefully it's not something embarrassing. Let's see. So I'm going to start off with the dealers like I always do. And last week, Felix pretty much dominated everybody. The sales were really good. It was around $271,000, almost $272,000 for the dealers that we track. Felix had 116,000 of that, so the lion's share of sales. He had several commissions that were in the list, and he also had the art drop for the crossover book with the covers selling for a great deal of money, of course. And I believe he sold out. I really didn't go back to check to see. Usually I get like a follow-up email from Felix when things get sold out, but I don't recall. And that was a book where that wasn't sold complete, so there was a lot of activity on his site when he did that art drop. So he had the most sales, and then he was followed by Ramita Man with just over 53,000 in sales, and then Albert with 51,000 in sales. So let me pull up this quick slideshow of the dealers. So like I said, 272,000 in sales. This is first one is a $15,000 piece by Frank Whiteley from New X-Men number 114, the first page. I actually owned the cover to this and sold it when I built that mini golf. It was one of my biggest regrets to this day in the hobby. Next up is a Spawn 129 cover by Capullo and Danny Mickey, sold for $12,500 by Ramita Man. He has sold like 10 Spawn covers in the last 4 or 5 years. I don't know why he has the market covered, cornered, whatnot with that. Here, of course, is the cover to Crossover number 1 by Jeff Shaw, sold for $12,000 from Felix. And there were several of those covers that also sold variants. This is a BPRD omnibus cover by Mike Mignola, sold by Albert Moy for $10,000. And next up is a very nice John Buscema Avengers number 50 page. This sold for $6,000 by Albert Moy, believe it or not. And I really like this piece, actually. I don't own anything by Buscema any longer. All sold when I built the mini golf as well. And last but not least, this is the 6th highest sale of the week. It was $5,500. It's a Neil Adams, Dick Giordano, Batman book and record piece. I believe they had those little record things that you could buy, and they had comics in them, and I believe that came from that. So next up, of course, is the auction reporting. And as I tried to allude in our weekly report, there were a couple of so the standout, of course, was the Heritage Signature Auction, which netted $6.2 million, or no, just under $6 million on its own. The total for the week with Heritage Weekly, and eBay was 6.2. I'm not going to include any of the Heritage Signature Auction results just because we covered that really well on Tuesday during our Comic Art Live chat. If you're curious about the sales and what the dealers felt were good buys and sales that they expected, you should check out the show from Tuesday. But I will say that I didn't include any results from the Daniel Megan European auction that happened last Thursday as well. But they, I really didn't check everything that they had. It was primarily all European artists, primarily based in France for the most part. Band Dessiné, or I'm probably butchering that, but this total sales of their auction was $2 million. So if we were to kind of combine everything, we really were at about 8.3 million in comic art sales last weekend from auction houses, which is pretty spectacular, especially when you factor in we had the sales that from the auctions from the prior week, Comic Art Live. I mean, for the 2-week stretch, we're well over, I'd say, around $12 million for this 2-week stretch. Probably the busiest sales week or sales weeks of the year happened in these two middle weeks in November. So let me pull up the slides from the auctions, because this first one, CAF actually got credit for the sale. Everybody knows I work with eBay a lot, and so this thing kind of popped up on my list. It's odd. Usually I don't get credit for any like big sales that happen on eBay. I always get the little ones, and that's fine. But the first sale from the week was kind of interesting, actually. It was this Todd McFarlane piece, and it's from Spider-Man number 9, and it sold for as you can see, $19,000, which is, so again, pretty rare. Doesn't happen too often for me to actually get a piece of value, but I thought that was pretty neat. And again, no Spider-Man on it, but definitely a nice page. Next up is this Jim Aparo Batman cover, sold for just under $18,000. I did not get credit for that one. And this third piece from eBay is a shadow story, 20 pages by Frank Robbins, and it sold for $12,500 for all 20 pages. This was the title splash, of course. And next up are 3 results from Heritage. This is Adam Hughes, Ferris number 27 cover, and it sold for $4,560. Next up is a Batman 80-page giant #3 cover by Dale Eaglesham and John Floyd. It sold for $4,080. And last but not least from Heritage is this Chester Gould Dick Tracy, sold for $3,120. And these older Dick Tracy strips are definitely fetching really nice prices of late. They're just harder to come by. It's as you get into the later period for those stories and strips, the prices are a lot more reasonable. But the older ones, I mean, I've been seeing even Russ Cockram's had some auctions where they're selling the early pieces, and they're all fetching between 3, 4, high 2s, which we weren't seeing a couple years ago. So I think that's great. Strip art is something that we don't see too often in the sales results. And that would be, that's an interesting point about the Tuesday show, because I get asked quite a bit, why didn't I talk about this kind of art or that kind of art? Everybody knew that we weren't going to talk about the, from the Heritage Signature Auction, we didn't want to talk about the Magic the Gathering artwork, just because none of us really are on top of that market. But we also didn't cover any of the Karl Barks artwork because we're not really great with that either. And I left out the strip art just because, I mean, Berkey's pretty smart on that, but I figured as a general rule, those are things that we tend to avoid. Those guys are really great on Marvel and DC, and we just focus on those kind of results from those shows. So it just is what it is. I wish we could cover more, and I think it might be wise for us at some point to maybe even do like an end of the year kind of recap and bring in some people who have different expertise and kind of look at the whole sales over the course of a year and talk about the important ones, and do that as a recap, and then bring in some extra people along with Mike and Glenn and Will, and just kind of rehash what occurred over the course of the year. So with that in mind, lots of just got to be Fred. Just got a Buscema splash or place a panel page. Yep. I am envious. I can't wait to. Yes, Tatiana, thank you. Happy to chat Magic the Gathering artwork. See, you would be a perfect person to have on for that, because those were some pretty incredible sales. I mean, not unexpected either, but I just felt like there's no way that we're going to be able to talk about them intelligently at all. But I'd love to talk, definitely have you in on chat for Magic the Gathering artwork sales for sure, because as people who follow that market and especially the groups on Facebook where that artwork's selling, it's hotter than anything out there right now outside of Buscema pages that I want. So let me, with that in mind, I'm going to go on and we're going to review my picks for the popular artwork from this period as well. And I actually added in an extra piece because there were 16 pieces that I really liked this week. So let's get right into those. This first piece, collection of Paul P. We always get one from Paul every week, it seems. It's a Marvel Comics Presents 106 cover by Sam Keith, 1992, of course. Next up is from the collection of Matt E. It's a Greg Capullo Batman #2 cover from the Court of Owls storyline. You wouldn't want to be that guy, that's for sure. He's gonna not have a good day. Let's see. Oh, this Nick Cardy. I don't think I've featured a piece of art by Nick Cardy, and there's nothing super special about this. I just love Nick Cardy's work. I like this piece a lot. It's from Tales of the Unexpected, #53 in the collection of Will K. Here's my favorite piece of the week, to be honest. It's Silver Surfer graphic novel, and it's in the collection of Michael Wygant, and it's, of course, by Jack Kirby and Joe Sinnott. Next up is a piece by Jorge Molina in the collection of Kay Giron, and it's a Black Panther and Avengers of Wakanda #2 cover. Next up is another Jack Kirby, but Mike Royer inked piece. It's from Our Fighting Forces #159. It's a DPS, pages 2 and 3, collection of Mark Howland. And, this is a crazy way to want to kill a hero. It's from Captain America #251. It's the end page by John Byrne, of course, and it's in the collection of Mario Losada. And Rubenstein inks. Here is a Daniel Warren Johnson Wonder Woman Dead Earth #3 variant cover, collection of Joshua Tan. Appreciate the big scan, Joshua. Next up is a Eric Larson half splash from Amazing Spider-Man 331. This was inked by Mike Macklin, and it is in the collection of John B. Now this collection of Matt E as well, Greg Capullo again. This is Batman #15 variant cover, and very well reproduced image, as many of us know. This is from Batman Black and White. This is the final cover, issue 8, Sean Murphy, and Great Joker and Harley. This is in the collection of Edward N. And this is from Incredible Hulk #180. I believe this was in a recent major auction. I think the Heritage one. It was, of course, first appearance, cameo of Wolverine, first mention of Weapon X on this page, Herb Trimpe and Jack Abel, collection of Dinesh. This is a Humberto Ramos piece in the collection of Michelle M. It's Strange Academy, issue #5, page 14. I love the detail on that one. This is a Paul Pope piece, and of course it's Lone Wolf and Cub. It is the cover to the Criterion collection. This is in the collection of Jason K. Very beautiful. Here's another Daniel Warren Johnson piece. This is a commission. It's Galactus, of course, almost like a zombified Galactus. He looks pretty crazy there. This is in the collection of Aranga Devasaranda. Oh boy, I'm messing that one up. You'll have to check the report page to get the name because I butchered that one. This is a Cable prelim by Simone Bianchi, collection of Justin Z. And so that's my picks for the week. Now, trust me, I should do like honorable mentions sometimes. It's would behoove me to do that because there were a lot of really great pieces. Actually, yeah, there was a piece by Nick Katratis that I should have probably featured and didn't. I actually talked to Nick today, believe it or not, and no, he still doesn't have a webcam, so I can't get him on the show. And I get this package out right here. I will say that in the last hour, Anchor actually posted a very nice piece, and it was a Batgirl cover, and it was by the Dodson. So if you're on CAF, I would definitely check that out because I liked it a lot, and figured I'd give Anchor a little plug. Hopefully one of these days we'll have Anchor on the show. I don't want to cut myself here, but so let's see. All right. It's wrapped a little special. Okay, what we got here? Well, it's not a comic. I'll tell you that. One more cut here, folks. There we go. Oh, it's a piece of art. Now, let's see. I'll read it, but I won't tell you who sent it. It says, "Thanks for all your hard work and all you do for the hobby. I was doing a deal and had this page included for you. I know there's not much going on, but remembered you like Elemental's art. Hope you like it. Take care, and thanks again." Now, I'm not sure which issue this is from. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can check anything out. It's signed by Bill Anderson, and it is an Elementals page just for me. Isn't that awesome? This is the first gift I've been given by another art collector. So I'm gonna have to email them. I don't think that they're watching this evening, but and Tatiana, thank you for not fixing that name for me. I appreciate it. Wow, I can't tell you how much this is. Now I have an interior page from Elementals, which I had sold all of them when I built that miniature golf course. So this is nice. This is really nice. I sincerely appreciate it, and came all the way from California to here. So thank you for that. Now, a couple things. So next week on Tuesday, we do not have a Comic Art Live. I am still behind on scheduling, to be honest, with anything that I want to do in December as far as chats. So I haven't got a Tuesday filler for next week. Not yet. I'm going to try to send out some emails tomorrow. And so hopefully I'll be able to do a special interview on Tuesday. If I don't, there won't be anything on Tuesday night. And I definitely will have another CAF update on Thursday. And I should have a guest for that show. I can tell you that the following week, it's kind of a Comic Connect week, believe it or not. It is on Tuesday. It just worked out. We're interviewing Micah, who works for Comic Connect. He has a CAF gallery. He's been a long-time collector. And then on Thursday of that week, which I think is the 10th, Vincent Zerzolo and I will be doing a one-on-one interview. And I'm sure we'll be talking about their big auction, which is the following week. But at the same time, Vincent is a huge art collector. And he actually interviewed me. He was the first person to ever interview me back in 2005. I forgot all about it. I checked out. He was doing podcasts. If you go over to Comic Connect site, they have, and I'll link this in the comments after the show. He has a huge archive of people, whether they were just people involved in the hobby like me, artists, and then other collectors. Probably well over 100 of them, and they date back to I think like 2002. So I'm afraid to listen to mine, to be honest with you, because I don't even remember doing it. But I mean, I remember saying I do it. I don't remember doing it. I remember it was over the phone. So this is really pre being able to do things really, in a good way online. So, but I'll link that in there. But those should be two good shows for that week. And I will let you know probably by Monday morning, Monday afternoon, what we decide to do, if I'm able to get somebody on Tuesday or not. Hopefully we do. If I don't, then it'll just give me a little bit more time to still get caught up, because there are still several people I have not emailed after Comic Art Live. And Michael Finn, you are absolutely right. That was a nice gift for sure. Perfect for me. And yeah, I do appreciate that. I don't expect people to do that. That was just really nice. And I'm actually going over to Berkey's house on Sunday, because I'm making not a big purchase, but I finally purchased something that I'd been eyeing for a while, and I'm going to go pick that up, and I might even pick up something else. I'm finally in the mindset where I want to just. I've been so miserly, with kids going to college and everything for the last 5 years, that I haven't been a player in a long time, and I'm looking forward to getting back in the game. It's really nice that I got this piece of art today before I jump out and actually start buying as much as I hope to start buying again. Not that I'll ever be a big player, but it's, you have that itch. I mean, I've been collecting for 22 years, and it's been tough to be the caretaker to CAF and not be able to buy a lot of artwork for myself. I've been patronizing the IX artists because I go to that show every year, but outside of that, I haven't really bought any comic book artwork in the last 5 years. So very much looking forward to that. So I'm just going to end things now, let everybody get back to their Black Friday shopping. Trying to think, I actually did, I don't know, I kind of got most of my shopping done already. And hopefully my wife isn't listening right now, because I picked up something for her, and I picked up something for the kids, and I even picked up something for myself for Christmas. So, I hope everybody has a great weekend, and thanks for tuning in. And, again, if you want to send me a gift, don't do it. I appreciate it. Give it to somebody who needs it more than I do. But again, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great evening. I will talk to you again.